because I'm on hold. I get okay now.
All right.
What's
All
that?
right.
It said recording in progress.
Yes. Yes, because I just hit record on Zoom. All right.
It said recording in progress. Recorded. Listen.
All
Oh,
right. You ready, fam?
so now we're on my page too, live. So my
Okay.
people can listen to,
Yes,
so they
yes,
can join.
yes. You guys,
Join the party, y'all. It just
join the
started.
party.
Join the party, y'all. Hello. I told you. I got the fat in here.
We got Qbone. Qbone. Let me tell y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know how I met him. Okay. So I remember it was 103.5. I remember they used to go out back in days, the radio stations used to go out and set up on the streets and give away stuff and everything. And I remember I pulled over there and Delos was like, Alita, I got this group, all these people here, they from Universal. Can you get the camera? Right. And I was like, well, I don't know if I can. I wind up getting the camera, right? And I met them down at the Marriott by UC Davis, right? And who were you managing? It was a young kid.
Peter
Was he?
Pablo. Peter
Huh?
Pablo.
No, it was
I
something
was with
Snoop.
Peter Pablo then.
No, it was something Snoop. Remember that little
Was it?
young
Was it?
kid?
Ooh wee.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh wee. Is that the
Ooh wee.
name?
He had a song with Snoop. We was on tour. We was on tour with Snoop. Hollywood One was tour. 2005.
Yeah. Oh my God, 2005. All right. And Akon was there, remember? Yeah, yeah.
Oh, oh, that was a radio run. Akon and Dina Ray and a little dude Conway from the West Coast.
Okay.
That's on a radio run there at the time. Akon, I was with Akon, Dina Ray, Conway, and yeah, we took a radio run. That's when I was with Akon.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So
We're
what
on a
was
radio run. We're on a radio run. We're on a radio run promoting that song. I'm locked up. They won't let me out.
yes, yes. But the young
Nobody knew Akon then.
but the young kid, that song was called Ooh Wee, right? Or no?
Ooh, we was the artist I picked up after that.
Was it after? I thought he was there too.
I
No?
picked him up after that. Akon was there one time. Then another moment we was there with Ooh Wee. That's two different occasions you're talking about.
Oh, I mean, okay, there's two different occasions. Okay. Okay. But I
We
remember,
was on tour. Ooh Wee was on tour, and Akon I was on a radio run. That was before Ooh Wee.
oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, and I don't think what's her name? Dina Ray, did she ever make it?
Well, Dina Ray always was a backup singer on all the Eminem songs when Eminem first came out. The
Mm-hmm.
female vocal you hear on the Superman, on all those certain songs you got,
Okay.
that was her voice.
Oh, okay, okay. She was cool.
Then she went out on her own and started doing it,
Mhm.
took the own album and stuff that we promoting that time. But it never really went nowhere where it was supposed to go. Women industry, they got tied up. But she's doing real good. She took put her music. I think she's DJing now and doing all types of stuff. But she's in the industry. I've seen her recently.
Oh, really? That's good. That's good to know. Wow, wow.
Yeah.
All right, so Qbone, since this is your first
Uh-huh.
time on my show, on this show,
Yep. Yep.
and as you see this, I always say this, like, this is so much better than carrying all that camera equipment like I used to have to carry. Now I send a Zoom link and go live on Facebook and record it for YouTube. So
Hey, down to earth, down to earth, down home. Wow.
yes. So let's find out about Qbone. All right. So I always like to know, I always ask these questions on the first time you're ever on. What was Charles like in elementary school?
Charles was a track star. Charles always been a people's person. Charles always been to participate in the programs and activities in school, elementary school especially, church programs, even school programs, even between home and school and home and church, participate in street programs like football, hide and seek, hide and go get it, you know. So, Charles all well rounded, born in an urban community, how you want to twist and put it. I wasn't in poverty. I was born together with South Central Los Angeles on the east side, Low Bottom they called it, South Park.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
was well raised by my great grandmother, my mother, my grandmother, grandfather, great grandfather. What else do they want to know?
Oh, so you okay? So you ran track? Is that what you said?
I ran track.
Did you
So
play
I was
any?
young.
You play any other sports?
Huh?
You play any other sports? No,
Baseball.
baseball, baseball and
I didn't
track.
want to play football. Well, they didn't have football in our park. They had flag football. So I didn't want to play flag football. You know what I'm saying? So I played baseball and I ran track. I didn't want to play. I didn't like basketball. It wasn't my sport. So my first sport was baseball and track.
Oh wow. Okay, okay. So so you started that in elementary school. You took it all the way to high school, right?
Oh, no. From high school, I took the sport of gangbanging.
Oh, okay, okay. What age did you get into that?
Literally 13 years old.
13? Okay. Wow.
But physically into it, 13. Before that, I'm just watching from the curb.
Mm-hmm.
Besides,
Wow. Wow. And
watching pass every day. I watch my friends. I go up to elementary school, pass every day with me. I said, I'll see y'all. When you gonna join us? Never. When you gonna join us? Never. I don't have to. You know what I mean? I don't want to. I want
mm-hmm.
to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, that was a lie.
Wow, wow. So how long, at 13, like to what age did you decide like this isn't the life for me?
From the age of what? 13, I did what?
When did you decide, like what age you decide, okay, this gangbanging life is not for me? When did you finally just step away?
Really? When I went to prison.
Mm,
Because it placed me in a complacent situation. And I didn't want to fight the feeling. I fought reality, and prison was changing. So I went to prison in '84.
okay, 84.
Um,
Okay.
I just really stepped up. The gang banging didn't mean nothing, but the gangsterism was in me now.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? But that made me worse than what I was. But now I'm strategic, smart, moving wisely.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Before, trigger happy, off of impulse, spontaneous, crash out, ready to go.
Wow. So you went to prison in 1984. When did you come home?
1989, Christmas Eve.
Okay, okay. Christmas Eve. And then so when you came home, what did you get in, what did you, do after you came home? Is that when you just started to get into the music part of managing and stuff
Oh,
or
no, I didn't get to that until like later on, like
okay,
96. What
okay.
happened was, when I came home 89, Christmas Eve, chill, had no plans yet. I just did like 6 years, 9 months. So I was like, just doing positive stuff. Not positive stuff. I wasn't game, man. I'm gonna get some money. I'm an adult now. I'm 26 years old. I'm 26 years old. So I came home with the attitude I had at first. I want to get some money. You know, I want to settle down. I want to do what I do in life now as a grown man, not to go back to prison. I promised to God, if I get out of jail, don't let me out. But if I gotta go out there and come back in here, just let me go and stay in. I don't want to tease myself like that no more.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been out ever since then. And doing that, when I first came home, I just being myself. So 89, 90, 91, I was just doing myself, being me. Whatever it was I was doing, I don't remember really what it was I was doing. I wasn't doing
Yeah.
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Hustling. Be on the street chilling. Spoiled kid, fresh off from prison. Still a kid, spoiled. So
Mm-hmm.
y'all realize I come from a household where grandmothers and great grandmothers raised me. Grandfather, great grandfather, uncles, aunties, mama and daddy in the house too. Even though they wasn't together, but he lived right around the corner. So I was right there with my grandmother on this side. Had the best of both worlds growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So there's things other kids did I didn't have to participate in to get what I wanted. So When I came home, I was just doing what I do best. But when the riots hit,
Mm.
that changed my life. 1992, April 29th. Changed America and changed my life forever.
Wow.
And my reward of that, look at me now.
Right.
I can say the journey that I have done 30 years ago transpired to transform me to be the man that I am today. Philanthropist, community activist, leadership, quality, father, grandfather, positive person in the community, peacemaker,
Mm-hmm.
music industry executive.
Wow.
I mean, all my blessings, learn my lessons, I get my blessings.
Right. You said the riots changed your life. So when you like just seeing all that and how, all that happened during that time. You talking about like with the Rodney King, right?
Right.
Yeah. When you saw that, what was going through your mind, like, like the reason why it changed your life?
Well, you got to think back in 1955.
Mm,
So that wasn't nothing but a replication, a reincarnation of that.
mm-hmm,
Built up.
mm-hmm.
65, they had 400 years of racism built up with them. Time Mark came, we had 100, whatever, 400, some other year, 10, 15 years later, 30 years later, whatever.
Yeah.
We faced the same situation.
Mm-hmm.
So that long physically into that, going back on memory lane, going back history, then going back on that moment when it was taking place in our reality day that day, the 2 days, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that taught me that we fucked up, excuse my friend, we messed up,
Mm-hmm.
so we had no choice but to build up. It's like when you hit
Yeah.
rock bottom, you had no choice but to come up.
Mm-hmm.
But what changed me was God. Because God instilled me to see and feel what we was going through that moment, that I'm gonna have a task for you to make a change in other people's life. I'm gonna give you that task. I'm gonna give you one more chance at life
Mm-hmm.
that you asked for. You say you want to come out here and never go back in, so I'm gonna give you the task to do that won't never take you back in. Long as you stick by that task. And that's make peace in the streets and keep the peace once we make the peace. That changed me.
Yeah.
When God instilled peace in my heart and I was able to go face my enemies in the midst of a civil unrest to bring peace for the whole world to see and the whole world to get that peace. Come on, now that was a Nobel Peace Prize there in itself.
Right.
But we didn't ask for it, we didn't parade for it, we didn't push for it. We just did what we had to do to make peaceful because God entered us. Each and every one of us that was gang banging, he entered us peaceful. And then me created a platform to bring that peace to.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of it just being like an illusion in the heads and the mind, oh, we have peace, we really not. So this really is happening.
Yeah.
So we're really gonna show we have peace. We're gonna clean up our community. We'll throw a festival. We're gonna play football against each other, not against each other, but with each other. We're gonna show the world that we are really at peace. Then the world took, oh, they set us up there. Oh, they do it. Ain't nothing bad came out of that.
Mm-hmm.
And even to this day, there are more programs offering alternatives to gang violence, drugs, mental health,
Mm-hmm.
than it ever was. All for 1992. These programs have built, and some before that have reestablished after that. That was fit to go out of place. And we didn't do that. There wasn't no more gang individual fund until we got peace in 92. Oh, they said, oh, hold on, we got to keep that funding opening. But if we didn't push peace, that funding would have been gone.
Wow.
Straight out.
Wow. Talking to you, Cookie, right?
What Cookie? LA Cookie?
Huh?
Talking about Cookie from LA?
Yeah.
Yeah, my boy Cookie. I know you're talking
Yeah.
about Rough Rider.
I gotta call him and get him on too, because he was telling me that he got some nonprofits and stuff too. He's got a big story also, especially being with the Rough Riders and having D Block West and stuff. So
You got to realize, me and Cookie come from the same area.
okay.
See, we both born on the east side, low bottoms.
Okay.
We both born in South Central. You know, before it was Rough Riders that he started on the West Coast, which came out in New York. Cookie was always we had different lifestyles, but we crossed paths with each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
We was raised up with each other. We know each other. Cookie's not a gangbanger. You know what I mean? Cookie's been a hustler player all his life.
Yeah. So when did you?
I know his mom and all that. And mom and all that. He had the ice cream spot. Right, his mom used to have the ice cream carnation spot right there on Western.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to bring. Yeah, I gotta check on him. I gotta give him a call and stuff and get him booked. So, okay, so you came out, all you know, you said the riots and stuff changed you and everything. What did you get into, after like the riots and stuff when you decided like, okay, this is what I'm gonna get into? Because you said the music came later, right?
Yeah, so when we did the peace treaty, it's one thing to make peace. How do you keep the peace?
Right.
That's why I came in at. How do we keep the peace? But one thing I seen us all meeting up, showing the world we together, class and picnicking, partying, and all that, telling old prison stories how we was enemies and now we're friends today and whoop whoop. But this gonna play out in a couple of days. Then what we gonna do next? So I went to a program that was geared to help us throughout the day. With a lot of us wasn't messing with it, but us that get caught up in wrong neighborhoods at the wrong time, instead of calling the police or the homies, we call these dudes community youth gang service. They was ex-gang members who was out to help us back then, right? So they would come help us. So I called them. They said, okay, you bring me 40 Bloods and 40 Crips, and then we'll see if y'all serious, and then we'll help y'all solve y'all program. I said, all right, no problem. I left. I came back with 500 Crips and Bloods.
Wow. Wow.
They gave us the whole building. We created a nonprofit, South Central Youth and Community Services. Then my boy Tony Bogart created Hands Across the Watts. And then it flipped. It went so on and so on. The Unity won years later. And now you had American I Can then, you still got them now. You got all these other programs now that's out right now that's geared towards gang intervention and prevention that wasn't around before 92. And they was around, I mean they wasn't around because we didn't pay no attention to them. They wasn't doing us no justice in our community. They weren't stopping us from gang banging. So you got to realize gang banging is at an all-time high right now, as far as participation, as far as label participation. Because half of these kids out here is not really in gang. They create their own little cliques. They really run off of legacies that their fathers and uncles and big brothers or whoever it is run on. So that now they got their little dream world of gang banging, which is a whole different philosophy, whole different status of us being Crips and Bloods back then to where they are right now. And where they are right now, ain't no guidance, ain't no love, ain't no future in that front.
Right.
Because you're taking our past and making it the present, but you're ruining it. You ruin the history and the legacy of it because our past is not the present. My past of gang banging, I can't tell you no war stories. That's where I come from. You won't never hear me tell you no war stories. I'm not going to tell you no war stories.
Right.
For what? What is it to tell you that's going to mean you some good? If I told you a war story, you might want to go relive that war story. Or, my war story, you just can't tell. It never will be told. Because I don't have no war story to tell.
Wow.
But a lot of these kids nowadays, they have stories to tell. Because the YouTube, the internet, this all this is about communication, talking. You can't reach your hand to there and do nothing to a person. You can talk your way to a person, meet up with you and do something to you. Or you go sneak about and do something else. You can destroy a person's image and humiliate him on here. You know what I mean? And do that where they want to come looking for you. But if it wasn't for social media, half of these people wouldn't even know about what's going on because we'd be blind to what's really going on in everybody's life because you can't get no contact. This made contact be within a few minutes. And that's messed us up right now. This internet, this YouTube banging, everybody want to get on here and search for a name for themselves, like they're big and bad. They're doing this and doing that. They're bringing their fights to the internet, from prison to the streets. I mean, all this is clownish. All this is fugazi. All this is what these folks want you to do. that that they don't have to undo for you. You undo it yourself. And they
Mm.
create these laws that's gonna lock people up for more than 3 strikes, a decade or something. Come on now, they give out hundreds of years now. 100 years for real?
Yeah. I just had Clifford McDowell on, you know. I don't know if you ever met him, but I would love to introduce you to him. He did the gang banging, went to prison to the feds and stuff. Now he's out mentoring these young kids, and his wife also has mentoring the young women and stuff. He's out there coaching and stuff. I'll send you the interview, with Cliff and stuff, but I think that'll be a good connection, with everything. So
Are you in Sacramento?
he's out here. Yeah, he's from Oak Park out here in Sacramento. And like you,
Oh, somebody doing a radio show?
huh?
Got the radio show?
No, he doesn't have the radio show.
I
No.
know dude on the radio show. What's dude name? Jay King. What's his name? The radio
Oh,
show?
Jay
Hey,
King? Yeah, from Club Nouveau?
the dude that do the radio show with the kids. Take them fishing and stuff. I got his number. We talked a couple weeks ago. He on the radio show. He do one of them nights on the radio.
Oh, you talk about Jay Carter. Yeah. I know him really well too. So my sister-in-law is on, hey Michelle, thank you for tuning in. She said there are great things that can happen, but it's being used wrong, and she said, "Oh, that looks good." She said, "What you eating? That looks good." So, Michelle, remember you went to the gym this morning. So look, you and my brother-in-law y'all gotta do
I
good.
ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, Michelle, it's good too. I had to stop eating because it tastes so good. You got to keep chewing and chewing and chewing. The more you bite my food, the more the flavor come out. You don't even want to swallow.
Where are you located?
So I made a hamburger.
Where are you located?
Hamburger and french fries. Huh?
What city you in?
I'm in Fairfield right now.
Okay, so yeah, she's not too far. She ain't too far from you. So, all right. So when did you decide and how did you decide to start dipping into the music game?
Well, in 92, really right before the riot took place, 91, really, when I was feeling like I was doing anything, um, one of my homeboys, brother of mine, little brother, bigger than me, big little bro, he was Ice Cube security guard at the time. So I started hanging with him at his house. That's when people were playing Genesis games, Atari games, right? Little PlayStation out. So Dub C, The Mass Circle, Coolio, Ice Cube, CJ Mack, they would all be at his house. Like we're literally every day, just playing Nintendo, chilling. So I started chilling with them, going to the gym with them, hanging with them and stuff and everything. Going to video shoots with them and stuff and seeing how they doing it. I didn't want to be no rapper or nothing like that. That wasn't me. I was a gangbanger. I was the person they was writing about. And I thought about it then, getting into the game, music game, but I didn't know what I was going to do. Like I say, I wasn't a rapper, I wasn't a producer, I wasn't a DJ. I wasn't going to be nobody's security guard. So I like, damn, there's nothing for me here. So I signed it on for a second. So that's when 92, the riots hit. So I put my hands in all the way in full with the nonprofit stuff, with the gang intervention stuff. So I left that alone. Music industry wasn't even in my high side or none of that. So 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, I'm all nonprofit program. That's when I did the Million Man March. They just aired that last couple weeks ago with me speaking to Million Man March. Did the President Clinton stuff, did nonprofit with Bernice King, Martin Luther King's daughter and wife then at the time. So I'm doing all that, Glenn Thurman. I'm traveling the country, speaking to kids and doing this and that, creating my foundation. So I was doing that. 96 came, I met Mystical in 96 in LA. So we became good friends. So I started going hanging with him, and he was signing No Limit at the time. Then Snoop signed No Limit at the same time. So then me and Snoop was already cool with each other. So we ran to each other in the music game. Like, damn, man, you doing everything like me. Because I remember I met him through the nonprofit stuff. He was giving me toys through Christmas time, came to thing with Death Row Records back then, Suge Knight and all of them, you know, back then for them years. So when he see me with Mystical, he was like, "Damn man, you do everything. You just like me." I said, "Oh yeah, come on, bro." So, you know, me being with Mystical, hanging with him, I didn't think about music industry. But then when I got with him, and he was like, "Well, I'm gonna start a record label. I'm gonna go and move up. You know, sign to Jive Records already." Well, I already know he's a big time artist. So I said, "Well, shoot, how can I fit in? I don't know what. I'm not a DJ. I'm not a security guard." He said, "No, man, you're gonna be my road manager." That's what I was looking. That's me. Okay, now what does a road manager do? Do what I do best. Make sure that no artists get up in the morning, be on time to the interviews and the shows. Make sure the people that sitting for him got the rider done. He's in his rooms right. What he asked for is right. Make sure that everything is to path and straight and clear. I'm the manager, the road manager. Oh, that's easy. That's all I got. So I started being his road manager. That's when I got into the music game, 96, when he did Shake It Fast.
Oh.
So then from 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, I'm on the road with him. Everywhere he going, I'm with him. You seen that. I became his road man, then I became his hype man. I became his hype man after I came during the time of being a road manager. Jive Record recognized me on the stage in DC at the show, on the side of the stage, on the stage in the back by the DJ rapping his song, the A&R for Jive. She hear me rapping the song, she like, "Hey, Miss Qbone can rap." I said, "No, I can't rap. No, I'm just reminiscing. You know, I ain't no rapper. No, I'm remembering what he's saying. I ain't write my own lyrics or nothing." Like, no, that's what I'm saying. You can hype him up. He need that. And that's how I became his hype man.
So he was road manager.
So I was road manager.
Wow. Sound like Omeezy, how Omeezy be on the stage with 40.
Same way, same thing. Me, Omeezy, what's his name? Spiff from Busta Rhymes. We all used to brag about the Hype Man album. A Hype Man album. Well, all the Hype Man just get together and we do a Hype Man album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because we the hype. You know, I realize most of our hype man, we sound just like the rapper because when a rapper loses his voice or loses a verse, it's our duty to pick up.
Yeah.
So most of the time we hear, "Here I go." "Oh, don't jump in. Move, you know, say like, you know, crowd. So I'm coming through. I top the shirt down, hype the crowd up. That's what I do, bro. That's us doing that more.
Wow.
So we just as much participate. We just ain't running around the stage. Most of the time you see us because he can short with it and just keep his hand there and ain't saying nothing. It is up to me to continue that. A lot of people don't know that.
Wow. So how long were you or are you still part of Mystical's crew?
Mystical, I have a situation right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always been a big truck driver. We created a big truck record. I have a tattoo on it. I'm the only one who got that on it. That's the logo, Big Truck Record. We created that.
What was it called again?
Big Truck Records.
Big Truck, okay.
The Big Truck Boy. We're the Big Truck Boys. Big Truck drivers, you know, big trucks.
Yeah.
That's something me and him, we all created. Me and him created a business atmosphere of that. And now, per his situation that he's been in through all these years, he has kind of like let that lay down.
Okay.
You know, so I just been doing me. I started doing me.
But you managed other artists.
When you went to jail, I had to do what I had to do. That's when you see me with P.D. Pablo. You see me with Uwe.
Yeah.
And after Uwe, I took a hiatus from the music business for a long time. Then I came back to the music business just consulting and doing this here until Snoop picked me back up. Before he gave me this, it's not that I'm signed or sick with it any type of way. This is like a gift for being supportive, being an honor. You know, everybody on my team
I was gonna ask you about that. So Earl owes me one too. Shoot, I've been supportive. Wait till I see him. He's gonna be like, "You always talking mess."
Well, you know, well, mine's come from 17 years of friendship.
I know.
17 years of working on the hard work with him. You know, on the road with him when I was Mystical. You know, Jive Records was signed. E40 was signed to Jive Records.
He was.
That's how me and E40 got caught tight, being on the road. with Mystical, and they doing a lot of shows together, radio world together, friendship and everything. So we doing everything together. So, you know, and I'm taking them on the road with me to do, you know, well, I'm on the road with them doing what I'm doing. So me and 40 friendship got real close. But a lot of people don't know it's really closer than that. There's some things and situations of his past that have came about that I have made solve the problem for what nobody else did. You know what I'm saying? I had the opportunity to do because people that I know and we know, and, you know, so I earned this chain behind the scenes, not on the main scene. You know, I learned mine on the gangster lane, by the way. You know what I mean? And I cherish this. I cherish this. You know, me, you know, I'm with him every day. Me and D shop together every day. You know, that's my little brothers. You know what I mean? That's family. So, you know, I cherish all the endeavors that I have put out on doing this here.
You know, one thing about that whole family, you know, when they gravitate to you, they treat you like family. Like they really took like, you know, me in. You know what I mean?
Everybody, from the whole family, from the mom to the pops to the kids, to the grandkids,
Yeah.
to the cousins, the uncles, the
Sugar,
close friends. You know,
everybody, you
family
know.
bond. It's a real family bond tree right there. When you were part of that movement, you know, I think you know it's a real thing that goes on righteously.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I understand that. I'm with that 100%.
Yeah, you know, I
I
tell
believe
you,
that belief right there.
you know, first I met, you know, Omizi, and then actually, no, first I interviewed the clique, but 40 wasn't there. I was down at Magazine Street. We drove down to Magazine Street. 40 wasn't there. Then years later, I met Omizi, and then Omizi, you know, get the interview with 40. But and ever since then, like even 40, like when he asked me about my son and you know, everything, you know, they really like treat, you know, they're very humble, the most humblest family I've ever, you know, seen, you know. I mean, been around that with that status, you know what I mean? And stuff, because, you know, they've come a long way and stuff. So, all right, so you did that. Now, look at Michelle, we about to get into it. When did you decide to start cooking?
Oh well, you know that right there came from, you know, when I moved to the Bay Area in 2015, 2014, when I moved to the Bay Area in 2014.
Why did you move to the Bay?
Uh, when I moved to the Bay in 2014, that was I was taking a vacation from music, you know, everything. I was really putting myself back together. What I'm gonna do now. So I was just cooking for fun. Really, I was in the process of trying to figure out what I was gonna do too. Cooking wasn't not on my plan for a job wise. So when I started cooking, I was just cooking for fun. I just get on Facebook Live and just cook because I was bored. You know, I was just bored, not doing that all the time. So I started liking to cook at home, cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My son living with me, you know, and everything. We doing our thing. Friends coming over. So I'm showing hospitality. Got a big nice house here and everything. So you know, so I'm showing hospitality. I'm at home. I'm out the streets. I've been running the streets all my life, so I'm feeling good to be at home. You know. So I started cooking. So Snoop Dogg logged into my account one day on like 216. This was summer 216. And he's like, hey, Bone, I need you to be my chef. I said, okay. On my live, everybody, oh, man, he's like your chef. So the tour was starting. That was the tour. How the West One was tour again. You know, we were starting that tour. So that's my first job with him as chef, being on tour with him. And ever then, I ain't had no other job but working with him as a chef.
Okay.
I make enough money when I go on a tour. I come home and kick back, but I don't. I start building a brand. I took that and ran with it. Said, you know what, this is my catch. People start liking my food. I really know how to cook. I really know how to cook, but now I see that the more people taste my food now that I'm on the road, you know, VIP status. So I went from chef to celebrity chef. So now I'm taking advantage. Whoa, you know, now I'm taking advantage. I can do all I can. Now I see what's going on in the chef world, merge, seasoning, you know, wait a minute, I could food trucks now. You know, now all of a sudden it's come on a rise too, though. See, that's on the rise now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, shoot, I came in the right time, you know, or did I make it happen? You know, I don't know. Everything I touch is gold. So I bring up a portion of people with me and everywhere I go. So I guess I brought a bunch of chefs on. They started getting liked. And I'm already on the light with Snoop, and I'm seeing everybody else get on. So pop-ups and catering events and doing this. I was like, whoa, shoot, food trucks popping up now, and the rappers got their TV and cooking shows now, and so I'm seeing all that. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, let me go and knock this down for real. And that's what I've been doing ever since then. It's branded myself Cooking with Qbone show. I got that coming out on the network soon. We don't know which one yet, but I'm doing it. I got my
So,
merch coming out,
so I have a
my
question about
NFT.
that. I have a question. So you say you got a cooking show coming out, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you gonna have
Cooking with
like
Qbone.
you gonna have guests, celebrity guests, regular guests, or what's talk?
Everything. I'm doing it different than the average. Mine will be different than the average.
Okay.
I'll be interviewing, reviewing, reacting, as well as cooking myself
Okay.
and judging events and everything. But Cooking with Qbone is also our merchandise, like pots, pans, spatulas,
Okay.
jackets, hats, seasoning, olive oil. Because Cooking with Qbone is cooking with me with knowledge. It's not just food, it's knowledge. Cooking with Qbone, cooking up game. My show gonna be about interviews of game, knowledge, education purposes.
Yes.
Some of the things gonna be about food, but not majority, not all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're cooking up game with me, you're cooking up growth with me, you're cooking up wealth with me.
Yeah.
We gonna home in on every topic that's for the betterment of our people and the betterment of ourselves.
Ma'am.
Like I say, I'm not here to tell no war stories. I'm not here to talk about pain and all that different stuff, because all that stuff don't matter.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
All that it ain't helping us. So why would I want to sit there to ponder on stuff that ain't helping us? You see, that's what's wrong with us today. We sit there talk about stuff that have no meaning, no value, no course or direction in our life.
Mm-hmm.
It don't. We listen to half the people here we know ain't leading, following, or pursuing the way we want to go.
Right.
We sitting here praising and hallucinating over something that's not even here.
Mm-hmm.
Every day you hear somebody say, don't do this and don't do that, or go do this and go do that. And if this don't happen, this don't happen. Well, to each his own.
Mm-hmm.
Because each his own wake up and wipe their face one way or the same way, not using the same face towel, toothbrush, or food, and not even on the same roof you want. So how can you make yourself in common with somebody else's? Only thing in common is that y'all both woke up today.
Mm-hmm.
And what you gotta do once you walk out that door, well, if I'm going to the cleaners and you going to the junkyard, we ain't going to the same place. We're going to two different places.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We're doing two different things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, that's a great idea. And you said that's coming in 2026?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming right now.
Okay.
I did the first episode already. I'm gonna do 10 episodes. I had to go back upstairs. Shouts out to my management company, Banks Management, St. Nick, up in Seattle, you know what I'm saying? And, keep me on point and keep me on growth and stuff, man. Shouts out to Snoop for giving me the opportunity, E40 for, being a little brother to me, a little deep, and all, Mr. Fab, and Homie Whitey and them, and, a lot of all these dudes have been inspiration to keep me pushing,
Right.
D-Shot,
Right.
all these dudes, man, my boy Fat Rad, and all my little partners, and they keep me motivated. They're the Wise Guys, my brothers over there in Oakland, Wise Guys, the San Francisco United players, United we stand up in LA. All these brothers have came up behind me and have cherished and nourished and built off of what we all done together. Not me, but I'm just the gardener keeping the grass green. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you come plant your flowers, plant your foundation. Let's grow now, and that's what we've grown off of peace in 1992. This is what have really grown. That tree's still growing. That tree have blossomed branches, big, nice, solid branches. That's still blooming today. Okay, yeah, a couple of apples fall off the tree, and they get farther off. A lot of people ain't never came to peace when we did. They didn't disturb us, but they wasn't at peace, and they
Right.
still in that peace today.
Right.
They still want to dance with the devil. They still want to play with the devil. They still want to criticize and manipulate and all this and prey on the weak and all that. But
Mm-hmm.
man, that's not winning today. It's winning today, but it's not winning.
Right.
It's just what we're seeing right now. We just got to maintain, stand, and be patient. If you're in peace with God, you better patch it up. That's all I can tell you.
You preach that, right? And you know, I keep bringing up like 40 and stuff, but like DeLon Muggsy, you know, I seen him when he started the fitness stuff. You know what I mean? And that's
Doing real great at that. Doing real
oh
great at that. See what I'm saying? See what it's not yet. See what I'm saying? And you would have looked at it. Oh, his music business is gonna boo out the world. But what happened with his music business? Because he went there and did that.
yeah.
He just stopped doing music because he didn't want to stop doing music. He still loved me. He just got to have me just release a single
Yep.
a couple months ago. You know what I mean? Him and Cat.
Last
But at the
week
same
too.
time, he said, "Fuck that! I'm going all in with this fitness program." And look what he got his own gym, clients. He's
Yes.
selling more. Selling more fitness training than he ever records, and saving and changing people's lives than it would be dancing all of a sudden that they
Yeah.
buy. You feel me? He danced his way. He dancing their way to the gym, and they dance his music off the refuge he got him doing the routines and stuff he got going for him. You know what I'm saying? So but he found his niche.
Right.
You can always go back to the rap game.
Yeah, and he still, like I say, I think he just released something last week, and I gotta give a shout out to JB too. You know, JB good fit. You know, he went from security, Rough Rider security, to fitness trainer also. You know, and stuff. So, I always tell people, when I used to do like consultations with artists, I was like, always have, get your money, but start a business on the side. Remember how 40 had the burgers and stuff like that. And, speaking of shows and stuff, what do he have? Goon with the Spoon, and Snoop had a cooking show too. They always do multiple things, wine, drinks, they just don't stick with the the music industry. They invested their money into having lifelong investments.
Exactly. It's generational wealth. It's generational wealth. When you look at it, when you don't have kids, or when you're young, you have a kid at a young age, you still finding yourself. But once you became adult and your kids become adult, and now you running record labels and you running businesses and all that now, off of what was just a hobby at first, you know what I mean? You can't do nothing but look at it in that and put it to that perspective now. Because you won. You're there. You you what was once bad turned into something good.
Yeah, exactly.
When they first started rapping, when you're 16 years old rapping, you ain't thinking about buying no businesses doing that. Nowadays you are. But when we were 16 years old, start rapping, we was rapping to make the best music you can hear and dance to. We didn't know how much money's gonna come out of that, but money's gonna come out of that. But as long as you would dance to that mic in the backyard, off of that music, shoot, it was going. And then we didn't have money to buy the records. We listened to it on the radio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We didn't have DJs. We had record players playing.
Exactly.
Now you got DJs. Now you got groups. You got live bands playing the music. Come on, man. You dudes is rapping off a lifestyle in the street that was once the most negative lifestyle you can live.
Right.
But because of music, it turned positive. Music turned it positive. Music made it okay to crip walk. Music made it okay to say this and that. Music made it okay to dance a certain way. Music made it okay to express the lifestyle that you live on the streets that you won't actually define out of music. You're not finna live that lifestyle you're talking about. Half you dudes that's talking that lifestyle ain't living that lifestyle because you'll be in jail or dead right now.
And sometimes I can't, honestly, Charles, some of them I can't even understand when they be rapping. It's just a whole different ball. And
because it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo.
Yes, and then the videos are not quality, and stuff. They're doing everything from the phone, and it's a whole different
mumbo jumbo. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo, a whole bunch of negativity going on right now.
You know what I've been listening to a lot is that I call it country soul. Like
that's cracking right now with the barnyard, this country soul, with the
Sir Charles, and all that.
All that different type of music, that country soul comes back because that's that chicken circuit, that Jew joint music.
Yeah.
Real black country soul. That's what the folks playing down there in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, up in there. That's what they playing back there because they still have family reunions, picnics, and jamborees
Yes,
and
yes.
potlucks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They're in their backyard every weekend doing that. We ain't doing that in this big old city we living in. All we doing is worried about marching, negative traffic, protesting. You can't throw what you really want to throw because the police gonna come tear it up for you or disturb or take away the vibration that you got, the energy of it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what's happening right now.
Wow, wow. Any I know you man, Charles, I just love you. Ever since we met, what year did you say that was? 2000. Jeez.
2005, 4.
Dang. Man,
Mystical was 2000.
I didn't, but I met
And
you with
Mystical, because remember,
Uwe.
Mystical went to jail in 2000,
Yeah, but I met you with Uwe. And that
2005.
oh man, so 20 years, man, this is 20 years of and ever since we met, we clicked like brother and sister. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
All the time.
it's good people know good people. And I forgot I had saw you again. You just reminded me about Pablo and all. I've interviewed so many people I can't even remember. But and then Mystical,
We was at Marriott Hotel
yeah.
downtown, but then remember, we was at somewhere else. The second time, when I was, we was downtown. When we were with PD Pablo, I think of something. It was at one of them new Marriott. I want to say it was in Rancho somewhere different. It was a newer one that they built. I think like Thomas area or something.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
There was something going on in the hotel.
Wow. Now you mentioned Mystical. Now his son, I just love his son. You,
Very respectful, very
yeah,
humble.
yes, he
When
is.
I see, I've been knowing that boy before he was born. And when he was born, I was like, I was with my best friend at the time, and his
Mhm.
Million's mother was together, so she like a little sister to me, you know what I'm saying? And we have a lot of history together in him, especially that little boy, like being a godfather, uncle to him. I brought him out here. She said, bring my son. I want him to get out of Baton Rouge. I said, bring him out here. We do his music with him. At the time, his daddy was home though, but he doing his own thing. So I
Mhm.
brought him out here and linked him with Fat Rat, and him and Fat Rat been ever since, because I was on the road with Snoop and doing my thing on the road and stuff, and Fat Rat right here stable. So I figured, Fat Rat can do the part that need to be done to get him, on the music level that he need to be on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hold him down too, as well as be a positive figure in this young dude's life. That's what he needed.
Yes.
So, and that's what we've been. That's what me and Fat Rat been doing with him ever since then. We've been that figure that he needs in his life as two uncles and a
Mhm.
godfather.
Yeah. And
So
he
he's
is
very
very
tight, very
respectful.
respectful.
Yes, every time I always do. Anytime I see him, I try to go live and stuff. Give let people know about him. Try to put my little promotion on him too. Exposures and stuff. Let people know and everything. But you know what I did not realize? I did not. There's been a couple of people that says where I didn't know Mystical was like a sex symbol. I
Huh?
didn't even know that. I was like, people was like, "Ooh, daddy fine," and I was like. I never even thought, I don't remember that about Mystical. I just remember him yelling in the, he always yelled when he rapped and stuff. But I never knew how many females, because I work with one, and she was like, she saw me going live with Millie, and she was like, "Where daddy at?" And stuff. So I just never really realized that. Um, in your career, what okay, you're a chef now, you've been a manager, you've been an activist and everything. Which one can you say you enjoyed the most?
Activist. Which
Okay.
one I love the most?
Loved, enjoyed, whatever. Yeah,
Activist.
activist. Wow.
More than his cooking, more than the music industry. I love my community.
Mm,
And I love the activism that I've created in my community and now in other communities.
mm,
But I
yes.
love where I come from. I don't regret where I come from. If I had to change it, I wouldn't. You know, and if I had to go back home, it's where I belong. The earth is my turf, but Los Angeles, in my neighborhood where I'm from, is my home.
Yeah.
And I always got a door open. I can go back there too right now. Too. So it ain't like, I don't have a place to stay there. No, I got a
Mm,
home there. I go open up a couple doors.
wow.
They're better than what we was before because we have ownership. When you
Mm,
have ownership in your community, as far as houses, business, philanthropy, this type of stuff, you never know what you can do. You know how happy that makes you to see that they always say we fight for a street we don't own.
mhm,
Being gang members and all that. That's the first thing they say. Oh, you niggas are fighting for a street y'all don't even own. Well, we own a building on 52nd and Main now. We own houses down that street too.
mhm.
We own programs in our community. We own property in our community now. Because, of course we didn't own when we was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, early 20s old. We was in prison. But now we 60 years old, ain't in prison.
Mhm.
God, we're gonna get what we got front and center.
That's how I feel about my hometown. My hometown is like a little LA. Seaside, you know about Seaside.
Monterey, my whole family from Seaside, Monterey.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's where I grew up at. We I
My whole
always
family.
tell people,
My last name is Rachel. My cousin Booby, my other cousin, he played basketball. But my cousin Jeanette, Booby, all of them, yeah, right there around the corner from the little park right there where the McDonald's is at on Broadway.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, I started off at the good part of Seaside. Then once we crossed over Broadway, my whole life changed, over there. But we was like a little
Yeah.
LA, so I get what you're saying.
I got pictures of me in Seaside, Monterey when I was like 16, 17 years old, 16 years old, riding my daddy from LA going to Seaside back to 1981, 82 and shit like that.
I love my home. I miss every year I miss like the beach, the ocean, and and
Man, you got what's that place, what's that Carmel right there next to
Carmel,
it?
Carmel. Uh-huh. I just threw in Sacramento a Seasiders in Sacramento party a few months ago. Because there's a few of us up here. So
Yeah, my cousin there. My cousin, she's a realtor, Tamika. She's from Sacramento. She's a realtor out there. She's from Seaside. My whole family from my daddy's sisters raised all their kids in Seaside, Monterey. My cousin named Ray, Booby, Jeanette,
when you say
Pamela.
when you say movie,
My auntie, yeah, Booby, light skinned.
Booby Bonner?
That's my cousin. Live in Oakland now.
No, oh no, because there's a movie that lives here in Sacramento. Yeah, no, that's not the one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
we
who's
call
the
her light skinned short.
No, no. I only know one. I went to school with the booby in Seaside.
About my age, almost about 50, about 60 years old now. A little
Yes,
longer than
too.
that. She's older.
Yeah. Okay. Now, who's a real estate agent out here? You said?
You'll know him. You'll know him because the Seaside is small.
Yes, very small. Yeah. Who did you say is a real estate agent out here that's from Seaside? Tamika?
Tamika.
What's her last name?
Tamika
Huh?
Muhammad.
I can't even hear
She's
you.
married. Muhammad, because she's married.
Tamika Muhammad. I'm gonna have to look her up. I do real estate
Yes,
out here too, but it's nice to connect with my Seaside family. you know.
yes, she's right there. Yeah, she's born and raised in Seaside. All of them. Right there. I can't take it to the street. I'll find. I'll let you know. Yeah, I'll link you with them. Then y'all can talk history. I be like that too. I like that. When you hook people up like, girl, I be like hearing that fast good stuff.
Yeah.
Memories bring about close friendship and value. Like, oh, I didn't know that was you. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to tell people drive fast past Seaside Marina and Salinas. Just go straight to my around. You don't know
Get
what
him out of here. Get him out of here, huh?
Yeah, you don't
So you
know.
see the shirt I'm wearing called Gang. You see the shirt I'm wearing called Gang, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, Gang is a shirt that my folks got cut me. Y'all check them out. They're on Instagram. They're all in the cut. You can tag them out. And it's called Gang stands for gladly achieving necessary goals.
I love that. Love
That's
it.
what that game. And I don't mean that gang with it. No, no. I'm not promoting the gang. I'm not from the gang. It's not the gang,
Love
but
it.
this is the gang. Gladly achieving necessary goals.
Wow.
So I have merch in there. I got merch with that, shirts, t-shirts, sweatsuits, and they're all. And on the back of some of the shirts, not just some of them just could. I got a G on it. Some of them just got gang. Some of them we got the whole spelling. Gladly is achieving necessary goals spelled out on the shirt in the front and back, so people understand what it is. Don't get it. Don't get it that. When it's and you go on Instagram, it's all or nothing gang. That's Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So
So do you have a
Facebook.
website for your stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I get all that and everything. Tag into me and I'll load it up. I'll give it to you. They can tag it
You
to
know,
it.
text it to me and stuff. My son got
Okay.
2 barbershops, one in San Leandro, one in Berkeley. So
Oh yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah,
he got a barbershop. That's
yeah.
tight.
He
That's tight.
owns
Got to come. Got to
and
come patronize that.
guess what the name
You
is?
know. But
Highly recommended.
highly recommended. That's what
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
yeah. So
Okay. Okay.
the one in Berkeley is actually 2 stories. He's done comedy nights there, game nights there, and stuff.
Okay.
He actually, got it from his mama and daddy. You know what I mean? He was having the
That's what I'm
Clippers
talking
hanging.
about.
He was having the Clippers hanging down and having some rappers come and rap like the Clippers was a microphone.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Like they're doing it. Yeah, that's what they're doing. That's what they do nowadays.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
hasn't done that
I'm
in
gonna
a
go
while.
check him out. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go check him out. I be in San Leandro all the time. San Leandro and Haywood, all about that way.
yeah, but he's mainly at the Berkeley one. But yeah, he owns the one off of it's off of
Okay.
Hesperia and San
Right. I know
Leandro.
right what you're talking about too. It's spirit right there. I know
Yeah,
right what
and
you're talking about.
University and Haywood. And so he's also doing business credit, business funding. He got all that from his mama, multiple streams of income.
Hey,
You know,
man.
you know. So is
Hey,
there
we all do. We all get it from our mama. You know what I'm saying? Get it from
is
your mama. That's the whole saying. You get it from your mama. You hang out with your dad.
yes, yes. He's coming, but that boy, yeah, he was a prayer and a plan. I tell you, like you was talking about the stories and stuff, God had to sit him down for a few months too. And he came out, got right and stuff, and very proud, of him and stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. You gotta be proud of your kids when they achieve stuff. My kids they're achieving their goals too. I got one of them. My oldest son, and I'm proud of him. He works at a trucking company out here in the Bay Area.
mhm.
My other son, he's working with the TV show network, the Zeus Network.
Oh,
He's
wow.
working with them behind the scenes and stuff like
Okay.
that. Doing stuff. Yeah. My other daughter, she's gonna have a baby. She's being a good mother, so she's in the property management out in North Carolina.
Okay.
My oldest daughter, she's in LA, living her life with her daughters, the kids and stuff. Just doing her thing. So me being a grandfather and the kids settled in, I can do what I want to do to make sure they have a generational future. That way I can go. Because when I go on the road now and go places, I do what I do best. I don't think about coming back home partying and going to buy the bottles, going to hang out, going to do this, do that. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna place on the plate for my kids, my grandkids, and my family. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That makes sense to me now. Every dollar and every calculated move makes sense. It's gotta count.
Hmm.
I ain't got time to waste. I ain't got time to waste. I ain't got time to play, no philosophize game with nobody. I ain't got time to play the dirty dozens. I don't do that no way. But things as a child I let go. The only thing as a child I remember is that I was once a child.
Hmm. Exactly.
You know what
I
I'm
know.
saying?
Yeah, next year is my last year in my 50s. I hit 59 in April. You know what I mean? I was like, man, you just
Right.
realize what we've been through and we still got some more work to do.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, is there anything that Charles Qbone has not done that's on his bucket list?
Yeah.
What?
Wrap the whole world in my hand, not just man.
Oh man, that's probably is on his plate.
No, no, what I have not done is I haven't not reached my peak to what it is I want to do. You know, I still have things I want to do. So I haven't reached my peak, and that keeps me going. Like, you know, because God says, as long as you keep hoping, hope. But once you get it, what you're hoping for, you don't have to hope no more.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you got it. Like if I hope, oh God, I hope you give me this here, and then you give it to me, I ain't gotta hope no more for it.
Mm-hmm.
For that particular situation or circumstance or idol, whatever you want, you ask for.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, I just hope that when God sees me through to my peak, and my peak is accomplishing all that I have set out to achieve, all that I have set out to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at the age 61. I have not even set out to all I've achieved because you know what? My life it goes. I just like achieve every day being alive and waking up the next day. Does that make sense?
Yes. No, it makes total sense. Man, wow.
Yeah.
Let's see what these
I like to achieve. I want to keep achieving my understanding of the Bible, of the wisdom, of the spirituality of God. I want to learn. I want to be able to still understand that what what is done in heaven could be done right here on earth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's prayer. Every night, everyone that say the Lord's Prayer, they say, what shall be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
So what shall be done on earth, I want to make what shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. Now, what is it is in heaven? Right here on earth. Because you ain't been to heaven and came back. Earth said, you know they're up there partying? I said, your mom loved it. Ain't nobody going to come back and tell you that.
Yeah.
Now, they can come back and tell you they dream that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something they dream. They probably did see that in a dream. And that was their reality. That they did woke up out of that dream and face reality and say, I seen your mom, man, in my dream. Oh, man, you there? First, oh, yeah, what you see? What was y'all doing? You know, and that's a good feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that lets you know there's the other side, but what's on the other side, you won't know it, only in your dream. But when you wake up back to where you left off at, in that same bed, and the heater was on, it's probably still on.
Yeah, right. You know, a lot of people be like, God, you be up so early. And I'll be like, yeah, because I get up at, usually at 5 a.m. I pray, I read the Bible, I meditate. Now I done read the Bible a few times from, beginning to end to, beginning. God was like, okay, that's enough. That's enough. So now
Right.
he has me open up the Bible, read it, and now write down what I got out of that reading now. You know what I mean?
Right.
And because
Yeah.
I'm going through like, some things, he had me read Job, and I read, one chapter, write down, because if you just read, you're just reading. But if you read and
No, unless
write it
you're
down with
actually reading a
God.
story. If you read for a purpose, you read what you read for that purpose. If you want to read the whole story of Job, then you start from the beginning and just read and take it as the story tell you. Then you go look at the movie, because they got biblical movies for every book on the Bible now on YouTube. You can find it. Remember, it used to be just showed on TV. Ten
Yeah.
Commandments, Moses come on, the movies come on during the time that this thing was taking place. Every Easter, you got Jesus, the Passover coming over, so you're gonna see the Jesus type movie. See Moses, you see during Christmas, you got all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nowadays you got apps, that audio readers and stuff. There's so many ways to find out the actual Bible story and history, and there's so many different books out. First was the King James version and International version. Now it's all type of versions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Different languages.
Now I
So
take
I just believe
I take the King James to church, but the Message Bible is what I read during the week, to get the full understanding.
Right.
But there's something about when you put your brain on paper, when you read something and you actually write it down in a journal. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you think about, okay, what you got out of it. And I'll be like, man, this stuff is still happening in the world. I say, boy, if God came down like he did in this world.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's crazy. You know what, brother? I always appreciate you. I'm so glad we finally got this interview. Anytime that you want to come on, if you got to have me and my son on your show, because let me tell you what, my son cooks so much better than me. That boy be up there cooking.
So listen, what I'm gonna do, what I do is I just, cause see that's my show is about. It's not about going to see what Ramsey's and all these big high cookers that's all. No, I want to go to the hood. I want to go to the brothers that ain't cooking for a living, but they love to cook for passion and see what
Mhm.
that's where the best food is at. That's where you get the fun of cooking. That when you go and interview people that's not no chef but can cook like a mug and just like the chef, you know, and they feel good about that. You know, we talk about things. This you talking about the one that got the barbershop, right?
Yeah, and I was like, whatever woman gets him is gonna be so lucky. He just turned 30.
Yeah, so yeah, we go barbecue. I pull up with a grill or something. We barbecue at the barbershop.
Oh,
That
he
way
would
you do
look.
the thing. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? We do the thing there and we talk that shit.
I'm gonna send you his number, but he just went on a solo trip by himself for his 30th birthday to Carousel or whatever.
Wait,
Some
wait.
Carousel or something. Huh?
You know?
Carousel or something in the Caribbean. He went on a solo trip
Okay.
by himself. Yeah.
I do it. I love to do that one day. I ain't gonna lie. I want to take my girl. I want to take no friend. I'm gonna take me a trip by myself, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna evaluate myself that day. And when
Yeah.
I come out that trip, I'll be 100% way better of a man than I was when I took a. Just like when Moses went off to the mountain and talked to God.
Hmm. Yeah.
He came back. He came back twice as strong. You see what he did?
Oh,
They wasn't ready.
speaking of that, my son just got baptized at the Ebenezer Church in Berkeley. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it's just, so he's 30
I
and
look forward to meeting.
yeah, I'm gonna send you his information and stuff. Anything else you want to let the people know? I know we kind of
Hey, y'all can find me at Big Qbone 52 on Instagram, Qbone on TikTok, Qbone on Facebook, and hashtag Snoop Dogg personal self. You'll find me on everything else. You'll find me in the city streets whenever you see me. Wave, say hello to me. Now, you know, don't feel ashamed. Don't not speak to me. I'll give you a hug and too. You know what I mean? I love everybody, man. You know, we got all I can say to everybody, man, let's get peace back into this world, man, in our communities, man, amongst us. You know, the culture is looking bad right now. We're humiliating ourselves, man. And we have to take control and stand on business for real, though, y'all. You know, we really got to, don't nobody owe us nothing. We owe ourselves. And once we give ourselves that, what we owe each other, the time, the effort, the energy to say that we are a black race, can stand together, build together, and be together, then we'll be okay in God's eyes. Until then, brothers, if you're in that peace with God, go patch it up, man. That's all I can tell you to do. Reach out to me, holler if you need some help, support. All I can do is give you some mental and conversational help and all that, man, and guide you in the right direction. Sisters like Alita Turner here, right here. You know, glad to have you on the show. It's always been a pleasure, sister. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tap in. And with the old words of Big Qbone say, hello, hello, hello.
and he's not managing no more. So don't hit him up talking about, hey, I'm an artist. So
Right.
you still
Come
got
on,
people
man. Let's
doing that,
build.
right? You got people doing that.
Uh,
You can still got people
but
want you to manage them.
all the time. You know, and I see them to management groups. You know, I even thought about opening up management company and all that, but I'm at the point now where cooking is my business. My business and management is going to be PR. I'm studying for PR right now.
Mm.
I've always been a road manager. That's not the credit. I was, you know, I'm always had that best road manager in the business, I believe. But I think I want to try PR now.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
want to try PR. You
you
know,
got it.
not to shame the PRs because a lot of y'all out there doing it. Shouts out to Echo Haddix. That's been my inspiration all my life. That's like a little sister to me too. You know, she's been one of the biggest PR firms that came out the hood with urban hip hop artists. You know what I'm saying? And you know, everybody knows, but all the other sisters that's out here that's in the PR firm, because there's not a lot of brothers that's in the PR business. So you know, I think I want to take that niche right there, see what I can do with it.
Okay. All right. Well, I love
Watch
you.
out.
Yeah, I love you and I thank you. Like I said, anytime that you want to come on, and I look forward to, being a guest on when you pull up to the barber shop with the grill, when y'all do that event, I'm going to be there.
I want to do that. Yeah, I'm going to roll right up on him. I roll right up on him. We get a crack on the grill right outside there. Talk our stuff.
Right. Oh man. All right. Have a great night.
Okay.
Thank you
You
again.
too.
Love
You have
you,
a nice
brother.
evening. Shout out to everybody on Facebook and Zoom land. Hello. Goodbye.
Okay. All right. See you later. All right.
All right.